is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in on today's video. What you guys saw in the beginning of this video, we're going to be doing a little bit of an install on the daily here. I've had a lot of questions about the DIY injectors, guys. The truck's running fantastic. The DIY turbo kit from KC Turbos is doing phenomenal. This truck is definitely sitting in that 500 to 515 horsepower range to the rear tires. She moves, she sounds good, runs killer. We actually just got back from the Ultimate Callout Challenge 2021. That was a awesome event. So many different things going on, guys. Really exciting. So we just got back from that. That's why I didn't have a video out for you guys last weekend. But we're going to be doing a install today. You can see we got the LLD sweatshirts on. We got the banners in the background, KC Turbos, LLD, Schaefer's Racing, of course. The links for the website is down in the description. We have been ordering race truck parts for a little while now, but we still need more parts, so make sure you guys are continuing to go down there and supporting the channel. And yeah, pick yourself up a sweatshirt, a hat, a shirt, stickers. We also have the truck parts on there as well. The up pipes have been phenomenal, so thank you for everyone that has ordered something off the website. It's just been awesome, and I'm glad people are buying into it. And yeah, we should be getting the race truck together here pretty soon. So very excited about that. But today's video is going to be all about experimenting with this particular setup from Maxpeedingrods. Maxpeedingrods is a foreign company, Chinese company, and they sent this kit over for us to give it a shot on our daily project. So you can see this is it replaces both intercooler pipes. They are aluminum, comes with new clamps here, and it also comes with all new boots, of course. And finally, our air intake pipe as well, and a new air filter. So they sent this over, and we're like, hey, we want you to review this, give it a shot, and let us know what you think. And so we are going to be completely unbiased here. This is one of the cheapest kits that you can get, and that's available for the 6.0. First initial impressions is packaging was actually pretty decent. There's not any scuffs or marks on the pipes, so I was actually surprised to see that. I do have some concerns, which we will go over, but overall, the clamps are definitely one of my concerns. They are pretty thin here, and you can see, you know, I mean, I can just sit here and bend them with my hand here. So that is going to be a concern. We'll see how these tighten up and see how those hold up. The boots here, they look okay. One of the concerns is going to be, I've dealt with some of this type of boot and how these pipes are. We might have issues with these pipes blowing off. I will compare these boots to the factory, how the factory designed it to prevent the pipes from blowing off compared to this setup. So, we'll go through all that stuff, but first things first, we got to tear apart our current setup on the daily. So we are going to pop our air intake setup off. We'll get this pipe and that pipe out of the way, and then we can start going back together. Okay, so we have all the factory components removed, and before we go back together, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be taking a rag. We want to wipe down all of these connections, make sure there's no oil, residual oil or anything on these connections. Very important. That way it has the best opportunity to holding the 30 psi we're going to be sending through this thing. So we're just going to get everything wiped down nice, clean, and dry. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get our first pipe kind of assembled here. So we need this boot for the top up here, one of these two boots for the bottom. So you can see we just have it loosely put on. We got our two clamps. This takes the two smaller clamps, and then we have the two larger clamps And the boot on the bottom here, like I said, everything's just kind of loose. We're going to get it fit in there first, and then we can go ahead and tighten the clamps. So let's get this into the truck now and see how it fits. Okay, so we have our 2 pipes in, intercooler pipes. Fitment, not so great. You can see this boot down here is actually too short. It doesn't quite reach all the way to our lip there on our intercooler, which I knew was already going to be an issue because they are definitely shorter than our factory ones. The other issue, this upper pipe, you can see, I tried to get it as straight as possible, but you can see the pipe that wants to come out up here, and the boot just, it's not gonna, yeah. So that's probably gonna blow off. The, another issue, look at these clamps. Just chintzy little things. They're just holding on for dear life. Yeah, these clamps are just holding on. Another fitment, you can see the pipe's trying to bulge out the side here. Comes down. Again, we're too short on our lower boot. Clamps are barely holding on. So yeah, we'll see how she does, but we're going to go ahead and move to our air intake setup, which is actually looks okay. We do not have a mass airflow sensor, so we're going to be using this to block off our mass airflow sensor spot. But yeah, and then this piece here is for a little support down at the bottom. It's going to get attached right there. And we're going to figure out what these go to and what these are for. Some sort of a crankcase vent. And get this installed. So let's do it. Okay, well, after about an hour of screwing around with this air intake piece here, we got it situated in there decently. They sent you 2 of these, one that's just straight and then this one that's 90. This is for your crankcase vent underneath here. So we put the straight one in, but as you can see, our hose is not straight. And this pipe is as far as it will go into our turbo. So fitment again, trash. The clamps, they suck. Not real happy with those. They did send this piece here, which I thought was nice. I'm like, hey, that'll be nice to use, because it's supposed to help support right there. And so this goes down into where your factory air filter clips in, and then this will kind of support the end of this air filter. Well, fitment, again, like there's no way that's going to even be able to go on there. So, and then we also have no provisions for our air filter minder. And we have no provisions, since this is a early 05, it doesn't have a mass airflow sensor, it just has an intake air temp. So, again, no bueno. And so, yeah. Let's go see if we can blow them off. Well, I guess I'm rather surprised, but everything is still tight. Hasn't moved. Rock solid. Not bad. So that is the short-term torture test for the Maxpeedingrods setup. We'll see how it holds up in the long term. Guys, the biggest thing when if you're gonna do something like this is you're gonna want to try and get things lined up as good as you possibly can, and then make sure everything is nice and dry when you do it, and then obviously make sure everything's nice and tight as well. So we'll see how this holds up in the long term. I have a feeling that the clamps and the boots are going to be our first issues, which in that case, the piping seems okay. In that case, we will swap back to our factory, at least the boots and the clamps. We might go back to the factory boots and clamps because they are far superior as far as quality goes. I have no idea how this thing just took 25 PSI, as you guys saw, like a champ, and they didn't come off. So kind of surprising, but like I said, this is the short-term test. Down below there will be a link where you guys can get a little bit of a discount from Maxpeedingrods. But anyway, guys, as I am very surprised with how this has worked out, they also want to send us some turbos and stuff to try out too. So we're going to kind of play around with this and just have fun with it. But the daily here, we're going to leave this setup on. We're going to see how it does in the long term. If we have issues, you guys will definitely hear from me about them. So thank you for tuning in on today's video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, go grab some merch. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.